Hello. Oh my God. Oh my God. I am so sorry. First of all, hi. My name is Chris Farah. Welcome to my channel. I am trying to get my lighting right for y'all because I don't have my ring light privy to me and I have a beautiful Southern California sunset, but piercing through my window in such a way that I'm cognizant of the fact that there's either going to be all of the light on my face, honey, or none of the light. Like right now, there's only a shaded amount, so you can't even really see my lipstick. It's almost washing me out. Okay, here's the thing. We're going to talk about 90 Day Fiancé, tonight's episode, or Friday if you're on Discovery Plus, but tonight, Sunday night, my loves, the episode of Happily Ever After. I believe it's episode 13. We're in season 6 of Happily Ever After. And you know what? We're going to talk about everything. I'm going to try not to bring up the same points I brought up every episode of the season, but we're going to have a fun night. I have, interesting notes. So we're going to do our best to fill this hour with, yes, this recap, but also just like positive vibes because the show and this season hasn't given us much. Okay. We'll deep dive into some themes and questions that it brings up. You're going to, just really get a patience award right now because give me a moment while I try and turn off the fan and then also put on like the overhead light. And then I think I'm just going to, at some point, also move the camera during this live, as the sun sets. And that's what's happening in this world. This is very streaming, listen to me. At some point in my life, I will just have everything set up at all times. I wanted to do it in my dad's office, but truly what happened is the seat that I usually sit on, we threw away because it was like this fake leather that would just horribly come off and get stuck everywhere and was being traipsed around the whole house on the floor. So without a place to sit, and then without having my ring light really be doing me any favors, I was stuck between a hard place and a rock, and specifically the hard place now is where my butt is. I'm sitting on the floor. Like these earrings from my friend Jen's. Okay, give me a second. Ugh. Didn't do anything. Didn't do one thing. Hi, son. So, maybe I'll just go on full natty natch, giving you like at least some of this, and then we'll just deal with our lives. Sorry about that. I don't know. Wall would hate this. Is Wall here? Okay. All right, my loves. Okay, we're going to start with Angela and Michael. So, I hate this when I do this. I shouldn't have done it. Okay. It's been obviously not fun to watch majority of this. So, but we're going to, have to talk about this couple. So what happens is we open up on Michael, honey, and he's enjoying some pineapple. He's also just like enjoying his life now with the goofballs who are his friends. He's not supposed to see them, but he's been seeing them. He didn't make any promises and not definitely one he's going to keep. And he tells them that, Angela and him have reconciled. Okay. So God bless. Okay, Wa's like, yes, I'm here. Sorry, Wa, to say hi, everyone here. I'm so happy that everyone's here. Yeah, Wa said hi a bunch of times, very early on. Sorry, I was like all over the place. Okay, so the goofballs, like, you're like back with her. My God, but why are you back with Angela? She's incredibly abusive and unattractive and like hates us. We're not even allowed to be friends with you. You have to like pretend not to be friends with us, but like you're never going to move there. So like, let's get to the program. And he's like, no, she's my wife. Angie's my wife. They're like, okay. So then we start to learn, after like, an awkward female boob conversation that has to do with like the size of Angela's breasts and relationship to fruits, which if it was anyone else, I feel like I'd be like, he's going to let these people talk about his wife's like boobs because Angela is literally toxic trash. It's just like, I mean, am I going to fight all the wars? Am I going to fight every battle? So the answer is no, I'm not. I'm not. So he's basically like, yes, I think Angela does financially support him. Yes. Yes, right? Yes. So he is like, we're reconciled. And also, newsflash, everyone, I've never pleasured myself. I've never pleasured myself. Not ever have I ever pleasured myself. Now, first of all, is that true? He seems to be like, it's 100% true. Like other guys, I get it, but for me, it doesn't work. It's against my religion. But other things are against your religion, like premarital sex. You're doing that. You, later on in this episode, will very much cop the blowjob you got outside of your marriage. So, but also that he's just never done it. Other guys do it. And I honestly feel like, what kind of person is Michael? Is so specific, if that's true. He's so specific with his sexualism. I guess we all are. Like, is his sexuality like, I just really feel like Angela's my type of woman. I love just big saggy boobs because I nursed until I was nine, not months, years. 9 years is where he was in life when his mom was like, take that out of your mouth, Michael. No, obviously she's Nigerian. That's not how she sounds, but I mean, like, he's never masturbated. There does seem to be a theme then of being somewhat regressed in your sexuality in such a way. The comfort of a woman that's going to take care of you like a meemaw, a mean meemaw. Like, is that the world of Michael's sexuality that's being open to us? Truly? Like, is that what it is? Like, he is playing over this like mom fantasy with the boobs and like, and here's the thing, Robert. He does have a great smile. What a great smile this man has. Beautiful smile. Robert, you also great smile, and I don't think you suffer from the Michael stuff, but it was just a lot of Michael like sex talk, like doesn't masturbate, like 9 when he was like sucking that titty, so much. And his friends just kind of sit there and like have to digest it and marinate it with us, which I thankfully, like, I'm happy to have them because they're like kind of like the straight men in this situation where they're like, we don't want to see Angela naked. We get that, but also like, he doesn't masturbate. That's weird. Like, it's not that it's not, it's, well, is it weird to you? Is it weird to you? I'm going to take this off, Robert, because I don't need to see this. Is it weird to you that Robert doesn't, I'm sorry. Is it weird to you that Michael doesn't masturbate? Do you feel like it's a lie? And do you feel like there's something kind of like maybe regressive that he just didn't, is it just a way that a person hasn't expressed themselves? Do you think he got caught? And was it a whole situation? Like, how do you not, like, as a boy, like, touch yourself? Would you wake up with like the thing in the morning and all that stuff? I mean, obviously, so, but okay. Really, people are on both sides. Okay. I personally get nothing out of masturbation, so I get it. Yeah, he did seem completely uninterested in it. And I don't understand why he would cop to other things and not that, if that was a thing. Like, he doesn't have a reason to lie about that. Like, he doesn't seem like someone that would. So maybe that's just like a part of his sexuality that isn't expressed. But I would dare to say that if I was his friend, I'd be like, if I was one of them goofballs, I'd be like, Michael, please. I mean, they kind of were like that. Like, they were kind of like, Michael, can we just like have you like just get like a nice girl to like help you masturbate, which also is kind of confusing. Like it's not really, well, I guess we can see what she can do. But Michael should just take some time, like everyone should, to know himself and to touch himself and to know that he can bring himself pleasure. I think that there is like a confidence and there's a self-identity aspect of it. There's an independence aspect of it, and there's a self-care aspect. But I wonder what is tied into him replaying somewhat of like an Oedipus syndrome in his like relationship life, you know? It's weird that he stays faithful to Angela and doesn't find someone where he is. Absolutely. Okay, there's like, yeah, okay. I understand this point because it's like, where would I draw the line on what's weird, what's not? Yes. Yes. What's interesting is what he's allowed from her, the abuse and stuff. And why? Those are my questions, I guess. Oh, Waz was driving before, and now she's home. God bless. As little boys, we had such curiosity. How did he skip that? He must have, listen, he must have touched himself and then just found, like Micah said, that's kind of just like not for him. So this manifests itself in this, right? Michael gets the idea that, now that Angela lost the weight and the titties are healing, that she should go ahead and like get his life started. And what he wants is a baby, much like Law and I. Anyway, so he wants a baby, and the way that he's going to get one is he is going to have Angela tote, as we know, she's very much said, Skyla's egg that he's going to impregnate. So he's really going to have a baby with Skyla. It's going to be Skyla's baby. That is such a that's the part of this, like, there's a lot of part of this plan. Angela has already talked to him about having a baby. And so she should be in the knowledge that he wants one and that there are ways to get one, but that he would want one. It makes no sense that Angela's now like, what are you talking about, dummy? Like Angela's whole thing about how dumb this plan is, I can't tell if Angela thinks it's dumb only because he's not in America, or that he's dumb for even having assumed that she would live up to that side of what he said he wanted before they got married. And I unfortunately think it's the latter, which is obviously hard. Well, let me tell you, this is the best friend in the whole world. And I was on her channel earlier when she did her 90-day love in paradise. Is that what it's called? So, is that what the 90-day show is called? Like, is everyone watching that, and do people like that? So I really want to hear your comments on that. Definitely comment after this video is posted about if that too. While saying this is not happening, Angela will never be able to stop smoking. She smoked with Skyla and Scotty, I am sure. Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, my little nephew is calling me right now. Oh, and I'm live. Boop, 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 boop. So, this conversation's hard. He says Skyla. He doesn't say Scotty. Even Michael knows not to mention Scotty's name on TV. TLC must have been like, don't you ever say that name on the show again. And that's how we'll allow you to be on. Because it was, I thought it was interesting that they did allow Angela to be on after the Scotty thing was revealed. Love in Paradise, the Caribbean, 90-day vacation, babe. Oh! So anyway, I thought Angela was happy to have the baby. What changed? Reality? I think that she, just said that to like make his mom happy. I don't think that Angela ever wanted a baby. Did you? And I don't think Angela wanted to put her body through that. And now that she's had like weight loss surgery, unless she decides to, in this absolute not going to ever happen situation, unless she decides to have the baby now before any skin surgery or like tummy tucks, she's never going to have that baby. They're absolute. I mean, I'm never going to have that baby. Also, Skyla's not going to give her egg. There's not one part of Skyla that I truly think is going to give them an egg. Why would she? She doesn't want Michael. She doesn't want to have a baby with Michael. I mean, I don't blame her. I don't want, right? I mean, that's crazy. Angela will entertain a baby if Michael comes to America only for a TLC spinoff. I'll tell you what's going to happen. If this was to happen, it's not going to be Skyla. She'll get an egg or whatever, or whatnot. And maybe she'll just get one of her friends like JoJo or someone that's down on their luck that she's known from the wrong side of the tracks that could really use some TLC fame and however much money they're going to pay this person to maybe carry that baby. But I don't think it's going to be Skyla. So this conversation's hard. One highlight, if you will, of this conversation is Angela teaching Michael what a wet t-shirt contest is. Okay, first of all, as females or males or anyone, who here has been in a wet t-shirt contest? And in gay bars, will someone tell me if they do wet t-shirt or like wet pant contests for men? I would assume like wet. Oh, I would assume that I would assume a hot gay male thing would be like wet whitey tighty, like whitey tighties, tighty whitey under underwear. You spray them down, you get little, like peaks of like veins and mushroom tips. I have never been in a wet t-shirt contest, and I'm sad by that. No, I'm sad. I would be in one now if I could really isolate some hidden support in my wet t-shirt. Like if I could make sure that them titties were sitting a little higher than what they would just naturally do, like in a loosey-goosey white shirty wortsies. Like if it was wet, if I could really put some strength in there. I mean, I think that I could kill. Here's the thing. Angela killed, I guess, her whole life. Angela says they bring her on, honey, as the last act. 2 acts. Honey, she like would beat women that were like half her age, honey, and she retired after age 42 of her wet t-shirt contest career. And I just like, I can't, I mean, like, I think that probably that part of Angela was the part that gives her a complexity of character that I think that in the beginning I was like, she's crazy. How entertaining and crazy. I don't want to watch that. It's unfortunate that she is so mean and so abusive and so demoralizing that like she takes away the joy of watching her. It's been really sad this season. Like, like that, like, because like, yeah, her telling the story, the wet t-shirt, you're just like, Angela, it almost feels like I wasn't there for any of the wet t-shirt things, right? Like, I only know of Angela because of the show. I didn't even see Angela when she was on like Jerry Springer or like Maury Povich or whatever the hell she was on, honey. I didn't see that, Maury Povich. So her telling the story made me feel like, honey, that I was like a friend of Angela and that like I was there back then, like, when Angela used to be good, not now, That's how I feel. Okay, well, when you guys are talking about, oh yeah, In my hometown, okay, so this is where Lindsay starts right here. In my hometown, I went to underwear night fully dressed. And then, of course, underwear night. And that's when this comes in. Yes, and there was black light everywhere. Statue men everywhere in tidy whitey white underwear. Okay, so yeah, the black lights at the club and then the white clothes are glowing, but you can see through the white clothes? Probably not. You can see the lit. That's the only thing about, but see, like, yeah, like that's not as hot to me, but whatever. Because in the wet t-shirt contest aspect, the water, like first of all, it starts and there's no, obviously they're not wet. So you're just like, ooh, what's that? You have like the anticipation that like whatever you're looking at now, it's going to be like different. And then the water comes, my loves, and the water changes the matter. Changes the structure of the matter. And suddenly it's wet and it clings and it becomes see-through. It's both. It's the bodycon see-throughness that I think, it really makes it fun. I'm like talking myself into like finding Honey a Wet T-shirt contest place and just like going in. It's like one of those things I want to do once, like in a dive bar that I will never see any of those people again. And nowhere like near a major city or near it where anyone I love lives, honey, like on vacation, like either like in Italy or in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? Angela got on our soft side last season because her mama passed, but she went right back to acting trashy. So disappointing. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. So we have to move on from that, Okay, my baby boos. One other funny part of the Angela Michael thing for Michael was when he was like getting interviewed and like we had the producer like ask him like, when did you ever cheat? And Michael was just so happy, like, remember season 1, the BJ? He was like so happy about that BJ. He cheats more than that. I don't blame him, and I don't think, come on. Okay, but Michael. Right? Those, like, if he wasn't cheating on Angel all the time and I were one of those goofballs, I hate to say this, but like at one point I would just like, honey, like drag him kicking and screaming into like an after night establishment and get his mind off Angela. Not really, but I would. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's what they want to do to him so bad. What? Okay, first of all, I'm about to read this, and I've never known this. I'm about to read this to you. This person is maybe my friend. I did a spearmint rhino amateur night in college, but wet t-shirt would not be my thing. Well, okay, then Wa says, I didn't take off my top, but I wore a thong. I didn't take off my top, but I wore a thong. So you just, like a bikini? So you're like wearing a string bikini? Is that what you're telling me? And what song did you dance to? And what did they say? And were you wearing heels? And what kind of makeup were you wearing? Is there a picture? Did anyone go with you? Did you work there? Just a lot more questions, okay? And like truly, what is a spearmint rhino night? Okay, I don't know okay, so spearmint rhino is just a brand of adult establishments, like erotic, whatever, stripper places, like just the same way like Ace of Diamonds is, but probably Ace of Diamonds, I think, I've never been to either one of these places, but I think Ace of Diamonds might be like bigger and nicer. Spearmint Rhino is just like around Southern California. I don't know if it's nice or not. I'm assuming it's not horrible. It's not like bottom of the barrel. I think it's probably like mid-level, like a Hilton. Wah says yes to things I don't even remember what she's saying that's to. It's so like yes to what, Wah, yes to what, Wah. I can't remember the song. Like at least thank you so much for at least like giving us another word. Yes, college girlfriend. There you are. There it's a strip club. I work my sluttiest heels. Good. Was there a pull? Okay. So the last thing about the Angela Michael thing is that, Angela then is like, okay, well, go get your sperm tested. But one thing is that she's so jealous that knowing that he has to masturbate, that she wants to be on the phone with him because the thought of him using his mind to think and having the possibility of using his mind to think of someone other than her is overwhelming. So she's like, it's going to be my voice on the phone. You're going to masturbate to this. You're just like, whoa. She was in a string bikini, my loves. And there was a bull. Okay, now it's not a horrible strip joint because it's corporate. It's kind of like Cheesecake Factory. Just kidding. And you dance slower than you think. Yeah. I don't think that I would be, well, I can't twerk, period. So, I mean, what would kind of, no, I think that I would, well, I'm an undulator. No, I know I would do a lot of like this. And then I would go like that. And then like, it would be like, oh, no. So the pole moves with you. The pole moves with you. Doesn't sound fun. No, I think the pole should stay stationary. Brandon and Julia, I don't have to tell you, there's going to be some like short ones because Brandon and Julia have had a boring storyline this whole time. Basically, they're moving, right? Which we've known. And today is moving day, and it's a lot of like, well, let's never come back to this place. This hellish place. Like Julia's like, honey, this is like her like final act of like leaving, the scene of like her horror film, It's not the final act, it's the third act. Because of course at some point she has like, Betty and Ron just end up being her neighbors, right? And they're like, oh, we did it. We got away from the farm. Ha ha. And then like, guess what, guys? We're your new neighbors. Like that's like, I guess the final act. But in this situation, Betty's hair is what an interesting hair shape she has. It is an interesting hair shape that she has in this one. It is like, okay, so there's, I haven't seen this look in a second. And as you see, like the sun is setting. This hair shape now, my loves, is poofy here, curly poofy here. You know what? Okay. I'm I want to isolate. It looks like Lucy's hair in Peanuts. Doesn't Lucy kind of have like black hair, like a poof here and then two big poofs here? But not that. It's like, no. It's not Lucy for Peanuts. I know exactly what it is. And this is an old reference, but that's okay, my loves. I'm actually younger than this reference, and I want to make that perfectly clear, but I'm going to give you this reference. I'm also going to find a better place for the sun. The reference is Betty's hair in this episode, specifically Rosanna Dana, SNL. Okay? If you agree with me, and in Vanity Fair on Facebook, I'll find a picture and I will post it. No, because I guess I'll just do it now. But in the comments, will you just give me like, a bush? Her hair is just so interesting to me. So like, Betty's whole thing is that she like, doesn't want Brandon to leave, doesn't really care about Julia either way, but she does not want Brandon to leave. And specifically, kind of. Oh, it's a little different shape than what I remember. This was like, okay. Okay, it's a little like straighter, but like just the poofiness. Truly. Well, God bless. What a wig, honey, and what a talent. It may have been a humid day. Betty of a perm. I know it's a perm, a cut that makes it that way. No, that's natural. I feel, well, is it? God, I feel like it's natural. Why would you? Because if it wasn't, why would you do it? Why would you do it if it wasn't? You know what? I'm so mad, by the way, because in lighting, you'll see how beautiful this lipstick is, and see, but you're not being able to see it because of the lighting. So now it looks like I'm washed out. Anyway. People are like, why would you have ADD and bring it up? It's because I'm looking at my face. You have to remember that I'm staring at my face this whole time. Brandon and Julia have they have a piggy bank, my loves. They have a piggy bank. And there's a sign in the piggy bank, and it's money they're saving up for a Lambo. By the way, there's nothing in the piggy bank. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of protein powder and protein powder jugs that they got to move. But that Lambo piggy bank's looking pretty dry. Thank you. Betty is Bob Ross's sister. Okay. No, it's also good. I like it. It's also good. Okay. Also, did you like the fact that Julie and Brandon's cat's named Simba? And then she was like, Simba, attack your daddy. I'll tell you what, Brandon better get used to the fact that, like, both his women don't want to work. Betty doesn't want to work around the farm. Betty just wants to have them work on the farm and her to drink a very large, very well-poured glass of red wine. And boss either Brandon, Braun, or Aspen around. Okay, until it's time to get in the hot tub. And Julia wants to be a dancer, fitness enthusiast, wedding designer person, my loves. Driving around in a Lambo. I will talk about this. Well, obviously, because this happened. Okay. You think it's natural hair? That's so interesting. Okay, so the Lambo, piggy bank was prominent in view for the first whole scene of their segment. They did it in such a way. At one point I was like, I'm sorry, I'm like playing with my hair. At one point it was, like the producers might have been like, there's nothing, like in that bookcase. And they're like, yeah, because they're like moving, like, yeah, we need something in that bookcase. Get the Lambo thing. That's so weird. You know, they just like put that there. How many of those piggy banks do you think you got to like fill up for a Lambo? I like barely get change anyway, you know? And is that like the change that he's like finding underneath houses, like in the pesticides situations? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. So they just like move in another place. Okay, they move in. Okay, that's all I have to say. There is no rhyme or reason to this review in the sense of how long I want to talk about anyone. I will talk about couples as long as I want, and then off them the minute I need to be, because like that's what's gonna happen with like Libby and Andre. I don't care about them, but I do want to talk about Natalie and Mike. So Natalie has been spending time, honey, with Julia, her friend Julia or Juliana, and where they are, it starts off, it's cold. Natalie says, and her friend's like, do you need a scarf? And we all thought, yeah, honey, I know exactly what scarf she has she can get. Honey, Trish, called Trish right away. Trish will send you a scarf. Natalie wanted to give you so many scarves, Natalie. Natalie wouldn't take a scarf. Natalie had taken a scarf right now, you would be cold. Natalie's always cold. We know that about Natalie. Okay, so then Natalie and her friend, who has decided to just, I mean, this is a full-on live wire, but just get, honey, like a nice leather strap and just wrap that strap, my loves, just around her head. Just right there, honey. Just cut that forehead in half C's. Half C's is what she decided to do, my loves. Natalie decided to put on dark brooding eye makeup, which I did appreciate. And then they have a meal, and Natalie's not been happy with Mike, not really about anything, truly. Told him very early on in our relationship and theirs that she doesn't love him. I don't know why we're even still talking about them, but here we are. And, they're talking about Trish and everything like that. And Juliana, makes an astute observation, which is basically that Mike is very much a mommy's boy. And then Natalie starts this metaphor. And the metaphor is, Mike is like an elephant in the zoo. You put a string around the elephant, baby elephant. The baby elephant gets bigger, but he doesn't ever break the string. Mike is like an elephant. Okay, I do kind of get this, and I made it a lot better than her, but it's like, why the zoo? Just at the zoo? And if he's going to break free from the string, is he still at the zoo? Like, is he in a cage? Mike is like a fucking elephant, you know? But she starts to use words like gaslighting and stuff like that and manipulation. And both of them just really have such toxic, horrible arguments because they really shouldn't be together. It's just, it's not fun to watch. None of this is, if you haven't noticed this whole season, not fun to watch. None of these couples are fun, period. Not even the fun ones are supposed to be fun. Not fun. Because I guess the fun couples, I guess, are Yara and Jovi, which I'm not saying they're bad and there are, you know, choice moments, but like, that's all we get. That is that's the comedic relief. Okay. Then we get this confessional scene between Mike and Natalie, where it's revealed that Natalie hasn't been like living at the house at all or staying at the house. And Natalie feels like every time she tries to talk, Mike shuts her down. And or because she can't speak English very well, he turns things around or makes her feel a certain way. And conversations can't go the way, you know, like they, in such a way in her mind that she gets insecure and unstable. That's her point of view. Mike's point of view is that she's incredibly selfish, right? That like she left the day of her surgery, you know, just because she thought it'd be better for her, but like it doesn't appreciate any of the things that he's ever done for her. Doesn't feel like he's married to anyone. And specifically then what happens in this scene, besides the fact that it's revealed that like they don't spend a lot of time together, also, we'll talk about this. So this is what happens when something else is revealed. This whole conversation also is about the fact that Natalie went to Tulsa, right? And then Trish, right, Mike's mom, and her don't like each other, right? And okay, sorry. Everyone's saying who's Juliana? Isn't Juliana, my love's Natalie's friend's name? Juliana? Am I wrong? The friend, my loves, with the leather strap. Oh, well, wow, you don't know. You said you didn't watch it. Maya? Juliana. You guys, anyone who know who I'm talking about, Natalie's friend, by the way, who low-key is TLC trying to also make us feel like Natalie's friend that she's now living with has like a sexual attraction to her? There is a scene in the previews between Natalie and her friend where they're like laying together and Juliana's like, yes, move into here, in such a way that it looks down at her that I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's her. Yes, I have no idea. Yes, okay, sorry. Father Brothers Only. Thank you so much for like saying yes. Okay, just because other people were like, who is she? And I get names wrong all the time. I just want to make sure I got that right. Okay, my love. So yes, in this confessional, Natalie and Mike talking about Trish, talking about the fact that Natalie thinks that Trish called her a hooker, right? Mike's like, call my mommy. And Natalie's like, I don't have a phone. So he gets a phone. They call Natalie and she's like, Didish, I have not talked to you since Thanksgiving. And Trish was like, yeah, right, Natalie. No, I know. These are horrible accents. I said Trish pretty good for, did I get a super chat? And I just didn't say, I just did. Sorry. Oh, yay, Marie. Thank you for my super chat. I really appreciate it. And it's so nice. And I thank you so much. This is my stripper moves. Dude, that way, my loves. And then whoop, whoop. You know, thank you so much for that super chat. It's very nice. I always appreciate them. And you're so lovely and generous. Also my moderator. Okay. So, thank you. Trish is like, does not have that Midwestern of an accent, but is like, I do not like you. And, basically we know that already. And Natalie's like, why? Basically. And Trish is like, because you just take and take and take from my son. You don't love my son. You just treat him so horribly. He does everything for you. And she's like, what do you mean he does everything for me? He's like, she's like, he buys you everything. She's like, what? Just food? And he's like, what do you even mean by that? And then we don't get to find out exactly like, God, I wish I could have just deep dived in. This is where I'm like, this is what I need for a tell-all. I need Trish and this and this. So it's like, maybe that's what they're saving for. Because as a person, I need to be like, no. Let's break this down. What? What? Where's me some Sean Robinson to like really muscle her way figuratively and literally, because she has such strong biceps, into this conversation so we can get down to the nitty gritty. When, Natalie? Was it in the kitchen that you thought she said hooker? And what were you talking about? What isolated? And also, this is what I would do if I was Sean Robinson. Whoever was the producer there that night that did not get that sound bite on tape, you're fired. I'm Sean Robinson. You're fired. I mean, straight up. I mean, that's crazy. Okay, so Trisha's like, yeah, you're selfish and, you're just horrible. And then they bring up a Christmas situation. And the Christmas situation is, oh my God, another super chat. Yay! TJ from Alaska. Honey, you're looking good. Looking good, Chris. So glad I caught this live. Me too. Thank you so much. That's so nice. Also, I love the fact that like on here, look how beautiful your top matches this blue. Thank you so much. That's so nice. Oh my God, you guys, you're just like literally rolling in these in, and I'm so thankful. Robert, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat, even though I messed up and then I think I called you Michael earlier. This is so nice of you. I really, really appreciate it. I'll never abuse you like Angela does to Michael. Okay, so going back to Mike and Natalie, thank you for my super chats. I really appreciate it. That's so kind. During a Christmas situation, Mike gave Natalie gifts, right, as one does, and Natalie opened them all and took them all to her friend's house and then gave them all to her friends. This is what I want to isolate. Is Natalie's viewpoint, oh, but he's bought me food until I get my work permit. That's it. He's a cheap person who's only bought me food. I don't care. He's like not treating me luxuriously in other ways. Why did she give the presents away? Was she like, these presents aren't good enough? I don't like these presents. Did she give him presents? What were those presents? I can see comments. I can see your comments. I love you. Sorry. Yeah, I need to know more. But this confessional scene between Mike and Natalie and Trish on the phone, Natalie just gets told to by Trish, and there are moments that Natalie doesn't say anything back, right? And you see her big eyes just looking at Mike, and you see the wheels are turning, and you also know that like English isn't her first language, and she might be feeling like ganged up on, and she gets insecure, as she said. It's like hard to like isolate what actually is happening. It truly feels like both of them are so far off from being aligned that, I mean, that it's just falling into disarray. They were too big to flush. Okay. I'm convinced that their drama is fabricated by TLC. I want to know, you know who I thought of this about today, which we'll get into? I want to know how much of the Asuelu Kalani thing is fabricated. Like, I need to know if Asuelu's mom is in on this. I need to know if that woman's acting or not. Okay, we will get into it. Okay, so yeah, because that's all I really have to say about Mike and Natalie. So is there anything else you want to say about them? Like, yes, as I said, like, she's now living with her friend, and her friend, her seemed close, rather intimate at moments, I would say. And definitely they shouldn't be together, Mike and Natalie, at all. I mean, not at all. I don't know. But, like, I wanted to know if Natalie wasn't saying the things I think she's not saying, which is that she feels like Mike is beneath her and won't give her and can't give her the things that she wants, or feels she's entitled to or deserves, whether that's true or not. Okay. Kalani and Asuelu. Let's get into it. The problem with this storyline is Uncle Bo and Asuelu's sister going on social media spilling the beans. God. Okay. So Asuelu has to go pick up his mom, right? That Tammy has brought down to come to some sort of Christmas party. And he's wearing a Santa sweater. My loves, that man is wearing a Santa sweater. He has one. Don't worry. And he'll wear a puffy vest over it. Keep it going. So Tammy is there, and it's very awkward. And they bring up the fact that Tammy threatened physical violence against Kalani and Kalini and Kaluni and Kabuni. And Tammy is like, not going to say sorry about that at all. Just feels like they should be over it. But is going to walk into their home. Did I move back? I must have. For a dinner. Okay. That's problem number one. In no realm, if I threatened someone physically and did not apologize because I felt like they didn't deserve it, would I ever step into the threshold of their home, spend time by the hearth, and break bread? Not ever. Nor would I, having been physically threatened by someone who has not apologized, allow them to come into my home with my very small children, my vulnerable small baby children, and break bread. Show them the hearth with our pictures of our family on it. Invite them over the threshold. Not ever would I ever. So to have us like, okay, so, but that's what we're not, okay, that's what's happening. That Tammy is now in the car with Asuelu and his mom, their mom, and I think Tammy's kids. Tammy has decided that she's gonna bring her kids to a meal at their house. Again, this is not like her brother's home. This is the home that her brother's wife's family owns. Or brother's wife's family home. So Asuelu's mom, right, is like in, whatever they say, not the confessional, but in her own little, who has a deaf sister? Oh, you're talking about Asuelu, right? Did you see when Daddy said they need to sweat it out, mean they need to fight and get it over with? I mean, that's why I'm just like, maybe this everything is fake. Because to have Asuelu's mom be like, we will see what happens, but she's like just so, I guess I just have to like get over the fact that like this elder ethnic woman would just be given a script just because they're like, look, your son got on this television show, you got to make it work. This we got to have drama. And this like woman who like has gone throughout her life never having performed anything that ever is suddenly like, I am so upset at Asuelu, or whatever. It's a horrible accent, but I think there's two parts of it. People want fame, and I guess I also just feel like it's hard to expose what feels like your family, your real family on TV for drama's sake that looks like it's ripping your family apart. It takes a certain type of person to say yes to that. So it's just that I have to believe that not only do the couples say yes to that, but that for some reason everyone in their families are all like, yes, 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 we'll do it. Because right, that's what happened with Libby's family, right? Like Libby's family, all of her sisters hungrily lapping at like the Baron Hilaria Baldwin teat of fame. Like this Baron is, like Angela, tangerine shaped breast now, dry titty, sucking on that for fame. Becky, ugly Becky, Chuck, Charlie's hideous other wife, I don't know, all of them. But also Asuelu's mom. Do you see what I'm saying? Am I just being like somewhat ageist or whatever? Like all these like hungry ass Americans, like one thing, but like Asuelu's mom was given a script and then she or like told to like make this whole thing a dramatic thing. She said yes. Okay. I think Libby is. I think Libby. I really like. Yeah, Libby has two sisters, and they are various degrees of beautiful, I guess. And some may or may have not improved over the years. Okay. They are more OnlyFans pick a family, Libby, Chris. Go to this. Oh my God. Okay. So having said that, oh God, did I talk about all of them? Oh, I didn't talk about Yara and Jovi. I like missed Yara and Jovi, which we'll talk about Yara and Jovi in that last one. But yeah, I obviously want to go to the Discord and look at their picks, which is like truly why, I'm as much as I make fun of anyone, you are watching the end of civilization. Because when granted the opportunity to look at who is that? Oh no, who is that? Who is that? It looks like Jen Harley, like, oh, I know who that is. Oh, this is the Trumper that has like weed salad. Oh, that's the Trumper who has weed salad. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oof. You know what's the saddest part of it though? I'm not going to show you her titties, but I will tell you that I think that I own. Oh, fuck. I think that I own this lingerie. I got it at Amazon, and I wanted Wa to get it in a different color. Oh, Becky. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so Becky is the hot one. Where are you? Mr. TL Snow, are you the one that likes them? This is for you. Yeah, Mr. TL Snow. Here, let me tell something. You have always been, well, not always, but you have been so engaging. You're here a lot, and I really appreciate it. So from me to you, okay? From me to you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay? Don't ever say I haven't done anything for you. I'm glad you think they're hot. Oh, God. Okay. This is the last thing I'll oh, wait. I got to show you their sickle feet. It's the one thing I talk about the most. Oh, and then one of hers. Okay. I got to not show her butt. Do you see their feet? Oh, I did show her butt. Anyway, the point of the story is I probably am going to have to, I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to probably be able to monetize this, and or I'm probably going to like have to delete this or not, but we'll see, whatever. Because I'm really bad at, playing around with those. I should have imported them and then used them wisely, but I didn't. They always don't know what to do with their feet, not ever, but they do know what to do with their butts, and we'll just stick them out and like spread their cheeks. You're welcome. Well, anyone, here we are. I'm just showing off people's body parts on OnlyFans. All right, Jovi and Yara. So Jovi and Yara, honey, are packing to go to Miami. Benvenuto a Miami. Because she wants to be bougie. Oh, when she said that, my loves, when she said that, I was like, wait, that's a bro move. Thanks. Anytime. When she said that she wants to be bougie, yeah. Oh, I always want to be bougie. There's never a time that I don't want to be bougie. And I feel bad saying that sometimes. Part of me feels like I should feel bad saying that. And when I say I always want to be bougie, my preferred status in life would to be always constantly leading an elegant life. Not that you can't be lounging or comfortable or whatnot. You don't have to be like in a ball gown. But my preferred lifestyle would be luxury, elegance, which in this, which is kind of a little bougie, Now, I will say that she's saying she wants to be bougie by being like in a somewhat nicer situation or whatever. But then Yara really does like wear like dresses, honey, that she can get. Yeah, that she obviously buys for like $14 in Alibaba. So, I mean, like there's parts of Yara that really needs to step it up. At one point, Yara and Jovi are going to Miami for some couple time. They're bringing Miss Gwen, honey, and that baby's so cute. And that baby is finally at the age where that baby is like nothing but the cutest little like Cabbage Patch Gerber, honey. Oh, sometimes I'm looking to meet a Valentino ad. Right now, I mean, as much as I've ever made fun of like Libby's sisters or whatever who are like squatting in corners, I know I'm just like sitting on the ground in my apartment. By my apartment, I mean my room. So surely, really talking about how I want to be elegant and also bougie of just sitting on the ground. So I want you to know I'm reflective and I'm self-aware and I'm improving my life as we speak, but also there's a moment of self-awareness. Okay, so I do love those things. Yara loves those things. She puts on the leather jacket and they get the baby, get Miss Gwen. They're on the way to Miami. And Yara also just like, for some reason, either has real or fake Louis Vuitton luggage. The only reason why I say fake, it's like, how an interesting thing to be so young to like pretend to have spent like $10,000 on. What was that in reference to? Oh, OnlyFans. Oh, thank you. It's a dress. As you see, the sun is like setting, and now you can see my laptop. Okay. Now, Yara's idea of Miami, she says, is Snoop Dogg in a Cadillac driving around smoking weed. So I don't know why Yara Yara doesn't understand that like that's West Coast. That's West Coast. Snoop Dogg driving around in a Cadillac smoking weed, that's West Coast. But in her mind, there's like tanned bikini butts, and that's like her Miami life. I don't think of Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg is so firmly LA or West Coast that I just don't think of him being in any other part. Oh, look at this. Well, here's to demonetization. You're one hell of an editor. I still didn't see the feed. Looked like a. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I know. I know. You didn't see the feet? That's the worst part. You saw butt and everything. I know. I'm like, I'll tell you, I don't know why I thought that my fingers would do the trick. Yeah, thank you thank you so much to everyone super chatting me, because I am not going to be able to probably make money on this film and this YouTube life for this video. So I do appreciate that. Yeah, she got him confused with California. In my mind, I'm like, is she like, like you could have, I guess, if you were like, she's too young to be like Will Smith, which of course was the song I sang earlier, which of course feels more Miami. But they get to the hotel. Hotel's very modern, like at one point she's like, I'm so happy to be out of the swamp. He's like, there's a swamp here. She's like, it's just prettier. It's a better swamp. It actually was a fun editor. I don't know what I'm going to do about this. There was a fun editing moment where she's like, oh, and like it cut really, really fast. I'm excited for them to go out, but I really don't need any of the drama of like, well, we got to see what's going to happen because our relationship is falling apart. Like, there's not one part of like Jovi that I feel like the relationship's falling apart. Like, he loves that baby. He like loves Yara. Like, Yara's only complaint about him is that he works. What, he's making too much money? And that's why you got to put little shoesies on that baby. That baby's not walking. Little pink Converse. Is that Louis Vuitton luggage real, my loves? You know how expensive that is, if that is? It's more than a Dyson air dryer, I'll tell you that. Pitbull, not Snoop Dogg. Yeah. Sure. Okay, I'm so mad if you guys are telling me you didn't see her stupid ass feet that I'm just gonna have to. No, I hate you guys for this. How do I hide her butt? Okay. It's not just her. Okay, that's how I do it. It's not just her butt. It's like she's bent over, so she doesn't know. They're just awkward. No one's ever. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Okay. What do I want? What do I need? What do I want and need? I want placement. I want, if you're going to do it, if you are going to pose, do you understand? I'm not saying I'm going to be naked and pose for you, but there's placement, and Tyra knows what I'm talking about. Okay. There's placement. Things are tucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, things just look modeled. Things look glam. Like, you can say what you want about them Kardashians, but Kardashians aren't running around with sickle feet and all their slut photos. And I've been talking for an hour. I'm done about this show. Can you believe it? What a life. Happy Sunday, my loves. What's your lives like? How was your weekend? Did you go to brunch? Did you eat pizza? I hope all is well with you. I hope that, as we move through this summer and as we get really bogged down with this Delta variant, I hope that you are having some joy in your life. And I hope that you are having fun. And I hope that you are radiating whatever positive light you can into this world, my loves. Truly. That's my water jug. I keep breaking it. Are you watching Married at First Sight? No, but I am watching Big Brother, and I do want to watch whatever Wa said that she's watching, the Paradise thing. I feel like Chris has had some wine. Yeah, I went to Eek. I went to brunch and I drank. And then I took a nap, and then I got on live with you guys. A day drank. So it was fun. So that's where my life's like. I love everyone so much. Lisa, I love you. I love my mods. Dog trainer, you're always so fun. Thank you so much, Sherry, for this really nice comment. Patricia, TJ, AK Love in Paradise. Yeah. Now I had watched, I think, like the first season of Married at First Sight, and I guess I just couldn't get into it or believe that it was truly real. Like I remember when it was like Married at First Sight. Is that the one oh my God, is that Married at First Sight? Where it was like the gentleman who was he said that he was he was black, and he actually also had been on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then he went off on his betrothed like by the pool. Wasn't that the same show? I think that like was hard. We are 13 seasons in. Okay. Well. It's one of those confusing shows like Seeking Sister Wife or Love After Lockup where like seasons blend into each other. It feels like it's actually always on. It does not feel like it actually has ever stopped. So season schmeason. I think that's Love Is Blind. Oh yeah. There's just a lot of these shows, you know. I love you guys. Thank you. Anyway. Okay, yeah, you're all saying Love Is Blind. I'm sorry, my loves. I forgot. They do Moths 3 times a year. It's on Lifetime. Okay, yeah. No, I have watched Big Brother, and it's on tonight. So Big Brother's going to happen, and I do want to try out that show, Love in Paradise, that we talked about. And I just want to say one thing. Why do everyone is talking about the fact that Darcy and Stacey's back. And the only thing that like somewhat scares me is I can't see their Instagrams. Have they changed their face substantially more than last season? Because if they have, I can't watch it. There's a point of plastic surgery where sometimes it's a little overwhelming for myself to look at. And I feel bad saying that because some people have been really like, I'm sure, hurt by looking unnatural. And some people don't care. Some people want that look. I can't like even like listen to them or like watch people that I feel like have changed the entirety of their face in such a way where I'm like somewhat obsessively thinking about the possibility that they hate themselves. Does that make sense? There's like a certain sister of a famous family who it's hard for me to like take in her content or see pictures because I'm just like, he like makes me sad, I guess. So Love After Lockup is really entertaining this season. Okay, do people like this season more than others? Okay. Wa says they have not had more work done. That's exciting, but TJ's still over them. Okay. Wa watched the first episode. Darcy looks so different that when she started the show, it makes me sad because I feel like she was so beautiful already. Yeah. I get what you mean. That's me right now with my dad bod. Bop, bop. Yes, they've had more Botox and lip filling. I don't know. I've like, like I can't, I've really turned a corner and even like being able to look at people on Instagram. Like I can't look at influencers on Instagram when I can tell that they're just like using filter after filter, like on all their live pictures or or all of their stories and stuff. It makes me feel like all I can think about is like their self-consciousness is like permeating. It takes away from like the message they're giving. It's really sad because I'm not saying that they're like, I think people are victims of this like very intense beauty culture. That's, but then the interesting thing is if we're talking about a certain sister of a famous family, her family is such proprietors of that whole beast. Hey. I used to watch Live After Lockup, and I said this before. I gotta find shows that I want to talk about that are interesting characters that come from like wild walks of life, where I can point out commentary that is fun to me, where I don't feel like I'm punching down to a group of people on a social economic class. Because we live in a society where like I want to spark joy in this world, and I want to be like fun, and I also like don't want to sit in some privileged, beautiful home talking about people that are like in prison and whose parents are dead and addicted to pills. And that's why, I guess that's like why that show is hard for me to like talk about and like psychoanalyze people. It's not as fun as something like The Bachelor, because those are all like dumb, young, quote unquote hot people that like are all from different walks of life and have like showed up to like for us to like comment on, you know? No. Chris, some of the characters come from money too. Okay. I don't really think they're just coming from money, but like I guess I'm afraid of like, am I just gonna like talk about people who are like stuck in the prison system? I think was like because I had watched before, so it was like people who have like were or in cycles of trauma, of it like Tracy, like Tracy. I did talk. I'm sure there are episodes of Love After Lockup on my YouTube now when I talked about that show, the first season. And I'm sure I talked about Tracy and Clint. And I haven't even thought about it until this very moment live with you, that I should probably go back and see what I said about them. And I probably said things that, knowing that, my God, that she has passed, right? That I'm not going to be happy with, that I'm going to feel shitty for. I mean, I'm not putting myself on some pedestal that I'm a good person to even bring this up. I'm trying to like be able to comment on things where I don't feel like someone's going to like die. And then out there is a bunch of videos of me making fun of her teeth, or I'm trying to remember like, the first season, literally I did talk about her the first season that we met her and Clint. I'm sure I said whatever I said about her. The thing is that often the non-prisoners are worse. Yes, there's trauma. We all are trauma too. Yes, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. Yes. Don't feel bad. Ken dropped a video roasting Clint and Tracy the day before she passed. That's awkward. Ken dropped a video. Who's Ken? My love. Who's Ken? I'd rather be home watching TV. Hi. Me too. Thank you, Sherry. Yeah, like I really haven't actually watched that since she passed. And I'm just like, oh God, am I going to want to like go and delete all those lives because I'm going to feel like a bad person because I'm making fun of a person that, obviously I knew at the time had addiction issues. It's crazy. He does roast videos. Oh, everyone knows him, my loves. Everyone knows him. Cinnamon Toast Ken. Oh my God, honey. Never heard of him. I love it. Okay, we'll look him up. 90 Day Love in Paradise. Okay. I want to try 90 Day Love in Paradise because my favorite part of 90 Days when it's all brand new people that like have new loves and like hopefully won't be so fame hungry, that like we get authentic characters and storylines for the first season until they realize they gotta like do certain things and amp up certain things to like get asked back. Then they do, honey, and then we get what we get. Then we get the Libby family. He has 4 million subs. Oh, that sounds nice. Which reminds me, if you haven't subbed to my channel and you're just like watching this, can you go ahead and subscribe to me? I'd really appreciate it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I can leave. This is obviously an interesting live that we'll see what I do with it at the end of the day. But I really appreciate like all my peeps, everyone that's here, everyone that's talking, everyone that's always here. Wow, yeah. I just asked for you guys to sub to my channel, and I just want you to know, is it funny to you that you're like live with a girl who has like as if I'm that young, but like I have less than 10,000 YouTube subscribers. I have less than 10,000. You're talking about someone who has 4 mala. Just so many subscribers, truly. Well, as we've already said, good for Ken. Great for him. Oh, why do you want to pop on and say anything before I let people go? I should have asked you that before. I didn't think about it until just now. But I have anything more to say about this life. I'm gonna let people go and then have some like more water. But was there any comment from Clint about Tracy? Yeah, I actually don't know. Oh, where'd it go? Oh yeah, I don't know. Oh wow. How do I do it again? Okay. That's a great question. I would like to look that up and find out. I don't know the answer. Okay. Why not? Clint. I get those feet out of my face. Clint on Tracy. Oh God. I haven't seen anything yet, but I'm going to bring Wa to the stage and we'll talk about it. Hi, Wa!
Hi.
I haven't seen anything yet, but I'm going to bring Wa to the stage and we'll talk about it.
Oh, what was that?
Hi, Wa!
Oh, shit. It's mine. It's because I'm sorry.
I haven't seen anything yet, but I'm going to bring Wa to the stage.
I understand what's happening.
I was just like...
I'm literally on the next tab watching it. And so
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on? Hello, I still have makeup on from 3 p.m.
Yeah, I'm looking up Clint right now. You did a great live before about, so you like Love and Paradise?
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I actually think, and I'm not trying to convince you because I understand why you're not doing it. I think that this season of Love After Lockup is pretty good. So if you guys are interested, I'm recapping it. So just go to my channel and watch my recaps of Love After Lockup. Talking about Dante and Nicole and his foolishness. And so Love in Paradise, I keep wanting to call it Lost in Paradise. But it's called Love in Paradise, the Caribbean, because Love in Paradise is like a movie. So they had to tag on the Caribbean. And then below that, it's a 90-day story. And I'm just like, why don't you just call it 90-day Vacation Bay? So hashtag is what I'm calling it, 90-day Vacation Bay. So basically what it is
That's so cute. Sorry.
So basically what it is 90 Day Fiancé. Well, I guess rejects of 90 Day Fiancé the other way, or 90 Day Fiancé, or maybe 90 Day before the 90 days. I think that's what it is. It's rejects of 90 days before the 90 days. And they just so happen to all be from Caribbean countries or Central America. So there is a Panama, there is a Costa Rica, completely skipped over Belize and Guatemala. I'm not upset. Completely skipped over Belize, Guatemala, and Honduras. I'm not upset. And then there's Jamaican, there is a Jamaican, and then there is a Bayesian, which are from Barbados. And so the guy from Barbados is not like a resort guy. He's like a DJ in his own right and is like relatively popular and makes a decent living. The guy from Jamaica is a resort guy, not unlike, Luis of Molly and Luis, and Ryan of Stephanie and Ryan, and then the guy from Costa Rica, I think, is a resort guy too. And the girl from Panama is not actually from Panama. She is an Argentinian who moved to Panama to live, and she's been living in Panama for like last 5 years or whatever. So it's interesting.
Okay. I think I'm definitely gonna check it out. I just want to say this whole time I had one ear listening to you, and I appreciate you so much, and I love you so much, and the other ear looking at Clint's Instagram to tell you that Clint has posted since Tracy's death 3 times 3 pictures of her. So he posted a picture July 6th with a broken heart. Okay.
Yeah. Here's the deal. Clint and Tracy were a mess. And once I realized that she was like a serious addict, I stopped talking about her in a manner in which I would have if I had not known that. And when I find out that anybody is like actively using drugs while on the show, I back off of them as far as like character wise go. And I remember the moment when you decided that you weren't going to do Love After Lockup anymore. And it was due to Tracy. You had done every other season prior to. And so I understand why you don't want to do it. And it's fine. I will do it for the both of us.
I love you.
But yeah, it's this season is pretty good. There's only one person who I think is going to be actively doing drugs, and I'm already like taking the a different angle to it because I feel like the woman who is the non-convict is like Angela, who I loved, Angela. So like even when they are a little bit trashy, I just try to talk about like how I'm like, you know what, at least she got up and put makeup on this morning, stuff like that. Yeah. I try not to do the punch down because of what you had stated about Tracy and all that stuff. And it's just so unfortunate because Tracy, even though she got a lot of, shit from the recappers, she was really nice to her fans. And she was, it's a hard thing to be famous or pseudo famous or quasi famous, when you're in the midst of an addiction. So bully for her and for, also like doing the right thing and giving up her child to adoption before she even had the baby to be like, I can't do this. So, I wish her all the best. Yeah, I wish that with this, I could control the comments. Like it would be so much easier for, I think, you, if I could just like manage the comments while you talk.
I know. Can I not yeah, you have the pro version and obviously I'm going to buy it. I don't have it yet. So I don't know if that was like a feature that I could give you, but I don't think I can.
Well, I have the pro version and I've not been able to give you.
Studio edit. Oh, sorry, go on.
I said I have the pro version and I have not been able to give you the option to edit.
Yeah, I can edit. Sorry, I'm trying to see if there's, I'm like, yeah, looking. What if I was just like, shut up, Wah? Anyway, guys. What is your night tonight like? What are you gonna do the rest of your night?
So Wah is actually making some ramen. And so I'm right now smelling like green onions and bok choy, like wafting up. So I'm gonna doop 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 doop. And then that's it. It's 7:43, so I'm gonna start to wind down and go to bed. So I have to be at work at 8 in the morning.
Natalie dies. I know I've not said nice things about her or Big Ed. The truth of the matter is, yeah,
if Big Ed dies, I don't regret anything I've ever said about him. He's truly a terrible person.
Like who? But yeah, Big Ed I've said a lot of bad things about. Light I've said a lot of bad things about.
Person. But also, here's the deal. You and I are talking about this show in the context of the characters that are presented to us. We are not the types to go to Instagram and look for them. I don't follow anybody from the cast except for maybe Darcy and maybe some people that I forgot that I follow. I'm not looking, I'm not investigating like people love to DM me like tea and drama. And like the only time I ever really talk about it is like usually after the season has ended, because I don't want to be spoiled. And I have said it several times, like I'm not interested in like the real deal of what happened unless it's like super crazy juicy that I have to talk about it. But otherwise, I'm just like, that's just several times, like I'm not interested in like the real deal of what happened unless it's like super crazy juicy that I have to talk about it. But otherwise, I'm just like,
was that me?
Yeah, because I took it off.
Oh my God. That is like, it's so funny when it happens, it feels like a glitch has happened in your own life. It feels like you yourself have like in your life have like gone back into a deja vu glitch in your own matrix. And you're like, well, this is it. This is where they fucked up. And now I know that everything I've ever experienced is not real. Like Wa's not real. You're not real. None. My dad is making something, Wa, and I know you talk about the ramen. I feel like it's like bread based.
Yeasty?
Yeah, yeasty. Like it smells pizza almost like.
I wonder what he's making.
I know. I think it's like I wish I could take the live down and just be like, Dad, what are you making? And just like in real time get it, but he'd be so upset.
Thank you, Sherry, for the natural hair comment. Mika says, I can't say I would regret what I say about these characters. I didn't go to their social media and bully them. Yeah, I don't go to their social medias. I don't try, like, even, remember the time where I was like, had an internet relationship with David's daughter?
Yes.
Like, even that, I was like, Ashley was cool, but like, I am not somebody who wants to like dig deep into the background lives of these people. If I meet them in person, then that's great to chill with them. But I would never be like, oh, why'd you do that? It's like, to me, it's not important. It's more so about like, thank you for providing this entertainment. Thank you for providing this entertainment so that I can have a little bit of an extra, like, little income. Like more so appreciation to them and not about like how I'm judging them for real on their real life choices. I don't know them. Oh, I know they're terrible.
Yeah, Reddit's crazy. Like Reddit is I think how we got some of the OnlyFans things, but also Reddit forum. I went down a Reddit forum the other day, all talking about how Hilaria Baldwin has had like surrogates and has like supposedly not had not carried a child to term besides her first one, specifically so that she could have a bounce back yoga body and like make women feel some sort of way on Instagram. And there's all these Reddit, like looking at videos of her, like whether something was a ghost or they call it moon baby or something like that. Like now so I was reading all of that. That was one thing to read all that. But then someone in the Reddit was like, oh, and then I DM'd Alec and it shows this person DM what?
Can you put up Mickey's comment? I'm fucking sick of her. I'm fucking sick of you, Mickey.
Was that about you?
Yes.
Because she already came to your thing and you already talked?
Live. Like I've gone live like 4 days in a row. And then twice today. So I went live on Thursday. I went live on, I think, Friday. I think I went live on Saturday, and I went live twice today. And so she's just been like trolling me by being like, you again?
That's hilarious.
Trolling you like the last 3 videos.
Oh, one thing to know about Wa is that like Wa loves when you roast her or call her out or like tease her. Oh, she loves it so much.
I love it. Because there's so many people on here who are being mean and who are just like contrary for no reason. And to have like, I don't know if you've experienced this, but like when sometimes the reason why I don't check comments on a lot of videos is because there are people who just want to be contrary and they don't necessarily know that they're doing that. I think they think I can hear them, but all I see is text, right? So I have no context of how they're saying these things. And so like I'll say my opinion and they're like, no, I disagree. And I'm like, girl, nobody cares if you disagree. You can just say, oh, this is what I think. Like you don't even need to, it doesn't even need that. So to have people on here who like get it, and if they do have a different opinion, just to be able to say it like a normal person, not. Are you talking to me? Okay, sorry, I'm live. And so like, yeah, it's just great to have people who like get it and who aren't just like, I don't know. Anyways, thank you, Mickey. Thank you for that.
You made her LOL hard. Christian, what do you think of the episode? Also, no one here is watching Big Brother except for like 2 people. So if I went live, literally no one would be here for it. I just want everyone to know that that's what my life is. What do you think of Christian? What do you think of this episode? Also, is this a new pick for you? I feel like it is, Christian. I really enjoy it. Oh, this is my dream come true. Can we get a petition for Wog, Chris Sawai, and Mo to be on Pillow Talk? It'd be so much. We'd love it.
Who's Mo?
My cousin Monique. Have you met her?
Mo. I've never called Monique Mo not a day in my life. So I always forget that she goes by that.
Christian, just so you know, Wally's not even watching the show, but Wad just watched the Trish Natalie thing. So that's what I want to know. Why don't you give your deep dive into what you think about the Natalie Trish phone call scene?
So I saw some comments where people were just like, oh, it's bad for Trish and Mike to gang up on Natalie. And I said, at this point, no. As soon as Natalie told Mike that he was low class with a dumb with no IQ, I was like, fuck this bitch. Like, you are now just belittling him to belittle him. Talk about punching down. You know what I'm saying? You've come to this country saying you love this person, but you didn't. You don't. You're right. Your opening line where you're saying, why are they together? We know Natalie doesn't love him. She said that she didn't love him. Like, why are they? Yes, you are absolutely correct, Chris. Like, this has just been like watching a slow train wreck, and I'm not here for it. It's not fun. And then to just make up that Trish called her a hooker, like, no, we need to know details. You can't just throw out allegations and expect us to be like, yeah, like Mike has his own problems and it's, whatever. But like Natalie is the worst. Mike was wrong for not marrying her when he said he was going to do and changing his mind at the last minute. But this is why he changed his mind at the last minute. And it's his fault because he should have just stuck with it and been like, this is not going to work. But I also think Mike's like, this is the best I'm going to ever get. So he just needs to settle down and get with his hairdresser.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, I do think Trish was right. When Trish is like, get that through your head. I never called you that. When did I call you that? And Natalie didn't have much to say. And I don't care if she felt some kind of way because she says her English, blah, blah, blah. Natalie speaks good enough English to be on a national show. Her English is fine. She's fine. Like, and if she really, wanted, like, she really needed that, then she should have got with Matt Sharp and said, I need an interpreter. I need somebody here sometimes to be able to like decipher or to interpret for me, if that was the case. I mean, her English is better than Pedro's, and Pedro's eked by. So speaking of Pedro, I always often think and wonder what they're doing. Chantel and Pedro.
There was a whole news story that Chantel got drunk on live and was like,
yeah. I watched the first 5 seconds of the live, but then she bores me, and because it was them gearing up, I was like, okay, bye. But anyways, go ahead.
Well, it's just interesting because you just brought it up. So so that just happened. So you did. So how are they doing? You watched it?
That they don't ever do anything together. From what I saw, they weren't together. She was with her homegirls, and I was just like, I don't care about Chantel's real life and what she's doing. Like, if it was her and Pedro, or if it was her and like Winter. Mm-hmm. Maybe I would have paid attention, but like, I'm not going to pay attention if she's with her homegirls. So, yeah, Mika, I do wonder what Christmas gifts that she gave away. And then she's like, I did.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, like why do you think she gave them away?
I think because she didn't like them.
Yeah.
And she also didn't have any money to give them gifts. So she was just like, well, I don't really like these. And Mike didn't give me any money and any extra money to buy gifts. So I'm just like, you don't have no money, Natalie? You came to the US with not a dime?
This is I don't understand why Natalie is so bougie. Okay, so this is what it is. At least Yara came to America, honey, with a Dyson, with like fucking real or fake Louis and fake Chanel. I mean, whatever. Yara came to America looking like she had a penny. Yeah. Whilst gonna get that ramen. You know what I'm saying? That's Yara. Tell me when I'll go back to.
Okay, I'll come back.
So it's interesting. And so obviously we have with Yara like the whole bougie mentality that she talks about. And Yara doesn't put Jovi down in the way of feeling like you are dumb, even though Yara will be like, every choice you've made is trashy and where we're going to live and stuff like that. I guess the way that they both relayed their own status levels to their men were interesting. But Natalie came with not a nothing. And we saw where she lives back in there. So, Natalie, it doesn't feel like you've lived a life of bouginess or luxury or money or such nice things or so many great Christmas gifts full of luxury items. It doesn't feel like that was your life. So it's confusing why you think it's your life now unless you just were like, in America, this is what everyone has. Everyone gets Hermès, which I'd like Hermès, you know?
You're right. You're absolutely correct. She didn't come here like with the accoutrement to have us believing that she was fancy pantsy.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm just like, why would you say something like ungrateful when Trish says Mike gives you all these things, he pays for things, pays for your life, and you're like, what, food until I get my work permit? Yeah, and like other things you want to do, like go places and eat out and whatever he can do. The man works 3 hours from where he lives, you know.
The way she said that was so like, he should be doing more. He doesn't do enough. I just get the food. I just get boiled potatoes and carrots and jarred mushrooms with maybe some butter sometimes, and that's it. But
Yeah.
like,
what kind of, I mean, this is her third marriage, right? So like,
second.
This is her third. So like, my thought is like, this is now the third person that you are no longer with or like gonna break up from, which I'm not judging that, but I'm saying for someone who is like has these expectations, you would think by the third person you would just know who you need. You need somebody who you can tell what to do because you want to change their diet, you want to quote unquote make them more healthy, you want to have them have a certain standard of life. And it's like, if you had kind of that with the two before, like, I don't know. It just feels like at some point you have to just go, look, marriage is something that I'm going to stay in through thick or thin, and I need to compromise, and I need to leave space for this person to be here. And she's not leaving space for Mike to be there. They may not be rich, but Mike could take care of her to a certain extent, make her life relatively comfortable, even though she's bored AF. But she should have been doing her YouTube or whatever, which is what everybody does when they're on 90 Day Fiancé. Like after her first season, she should have had a YouTube up, running and ready to go. Like Anfisa. That's how you make your money. Like if Anfisa can do it, then you can. And you live in a small town. So like why were you unable to like figure it out on that end? Natalie needs to be minimized by a rich man. Oh, that is, whoa, come on now. Because that's what I was thinking too. I was like, do you want somebody who's so much in your mind above you that they make you feel little and you want to feel like the less accomplished and the less, you know, whatever person so that you can feel more feminine? Is that how she manifests her femininity and maybe Mike doesn't make her feel that way?
More, yeah, you know, it's like if you had a businessman that was making a bunch of decisions and like alpha and like running shit, and that man wanted a steak, are you, Natalie, gonna sit across from that man who's buying you this and buying you that and be like, no to the steak? No, bitch, you're gonna sit there and eat that goddamn steak and pout and whatever. Of course
I wish you
you will.
That the animal, I hear them screaming. I wish you wouldn't.
Natalie wants a vegetarian man with money that will fund her dreams of acting and journalism. You didn't say that, but in my mind. And have a baby with her that lives in a big city. Also, you forgot the orthodoxy.
Yeah. She hasn't been to church. How Has she been to church?
Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm.
Does she look like the vegetarian Orthodox Catholic when she was in that car, like with her, like, get out of here. I've seen
Anyway.
Natalie's YouTube channel and it's horrible. What I'm saying is that she just started it. She could have started it after her first season. She could have been doing ads on Instagram after her first season. Like there's things you could do because, you know, she wasn't unlikable until this season and maybe halfway through last season.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like she's right now trying to hawk her workout regime on Instagram because she has lost weight since we're looking at her right now. But yeah, none of it. There's obvious like, you know, there's only levels of authenticity on Instagram. So someone like in Fiza, who looks like she definitely works out hardcore and she has a lot of videos of herself working out. You're like, oh, okay, well, she looks like she actually does work out, like maybe her like, you know, her plan's better or whatever. But God bless with Fiza, you also have someone who has like gone to a doctor to have every body part on her. So like she can work out, but like her butt looks that way because it's fake, and her boobs look that way because they're fake. Her face looks that way because they're fake. So like you're not going to work out and get an authentic body. There is no authenticity is really my point.
And Fisa's butt is fake? How do you know that?
Our friend.
Oh, okay. Huh. I hate Instagram. You guys, that's why I got off of it. Because I'm unable to decipher when people are being fakety fake. And then it messes with my mind. Even though I don't subscribe to it, it's still like at the end of it. That's why I have to sometimes leave Instagram. Because I then go, oh my God, I'm hating every part of my body because I'm scrolling. Mm-hmm. Unconscious. And you know me, I don't put a filter on. I don't try to give you the best angles. Like I take a picture one time and walk away. I don't need 3,000 pictures to go through and filter and fix, and I don't care. But like it's because I'm so anti that I like will put up a picture of me looking terrible in order to just be not that. But I'm unable to identify it when I'm scrolling. I mean, I know her boobs are fake, but like I'm unable to identify things like that. And so all I'm thinking is like, God, I'm so lazy. God, I'm so this. And it's unconscious and unconscious thought. And then all of a sudden I'm like sad and I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's fucking Instagram.
Yeah. And it sucks because it robs us of certain things. Like the truth of the matter is when I work out and I'm just working out to move or get my body or just like doing what feels right, I do feel better. I always feel better. But then you get the negative side of working out of when you're just like, why? Well, why is my waist 5 inches different than my hips and boobs?
Yeah.
What a weird thing that my waist, but everyone else's waist seems to be significantly smaller than everyone's butt so perfectly shaped. How?
Yep. And then thank you, Christian. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, my love, kept you on. I really appreciate you coming on in and saying hi. I really, obviously love you so much. And, at one point, since we talked about this a little bit at the end of your live, I can tell you now, I can't wait for us to, at some point, raise our babies together.
Oh, yeah, you did say that. I didn't know what was happening, so I didn't comment on it.
Can you imagine being someone who doesn't know at the end of this live, at the end of an hour and 43 live about the 90-Day Fiancé, they're going to have 2 women just be like, well, good night, everyone. Can't wait to raise my baby with you. Bye, guys. Anyway, I have less than 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I always will. But someone named Cinnamon Toast Ken, my love. Cinnamon fucking
You
toast.
won't. Get with Gabby. Did you see her email?
Yeah.
Get with Gabby.
Recently?
Huh? Yeah, she emailed today. She emailed while I was driving home, so she emailed during your live. You just gotta you know what to do. You just gotta do it.
Well, great guys. What a night. What a day. What a night. What a weekend. What a life. What a show. All right. I hope that everyone eats the yummy ramen that all of your sisters are creating for you.
Yay!
And you can go on Wa's channel. She's reviewing the show she talked about. That's Just Call Me Wa on YouTube. She's also Just Call Me Wa on such social medias when she decides to be on them, like Instagram, Twitter. Sometimes she's on Snapchat, but that's Wicked Wa, and that's her like little secret thing. Sometimes she posts there. I'm Chris L. Farah on the social medias, Instagram and Twitter. Of course, my Facebook group, Vanity Farah, is my little private chatty chats, and that's the best way to like comment at me. I think during some of Wa's lives, people were like, I want to talk to you about this. You know, you can just go to that Facebook group. That's the best way. Other than that, Wa, do you have anything else to say?
No, I hope you guys have a fantastic week and join us on Thursday at 8 p.m. for our weekly show called Say What with Wa and Chris. If you have any suggestions on topics we should talk about this week, anything that you want to hear our opinions on, that's pop culture, not like life and death or politics, go ahead and email me at justcallmewa@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll add your stuff.
Sounds great, Wa. Sounds real good. All right, babes, remember to like this video, give it a thumbs up, do it right now before we end. Just make sure you get it done because I never ask. And then the video goes up and it has like 27 likes. Makes no sense. And other than that, my outro is this. Take care of yourselves and one another. Stand up for what you believe. Make art. Bye, baby boos. We love you.